playing a show at Oxford Art Factory with, I supported Teed when he came over, and I crowd surfed at his last song, and went on stage and I went to jump back off, and the security guard grabbed me, and two of them grabbed me and pulled me and threw me to the side of the stage, but they smacked me into a steel pole. And I was like, my ear was fucked, and I was really quite drunk at the time, and I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, I'll be fine, whatever. Anyway, the next day I had to go get my American US visa, and like I was just completely out of it. I didn't really know why. I didn't think twice about it. Anyway, I researched it, and I had like a full-on concussion the next day, and my arm was like, I had to go to like a medical, Teed.
A midget?
Midgets, loads of stuff. I've seen her through a midget off stage.
Well, he wanted it.
Yeah.
He didn't just attack him, yeah.
He crowd surfed over, and it would just, there were no barrier or whatever, and he couldn't get back onto the crowd because obviously he's a little guy. So our singer just picked him up
to
and
throw him out, yeah.
Threw him on.
He was wearing like a full-length leather coat as well.
Yeah.
So.
Biggest night out, again, there's been so many over the years that there's not one I could think of or remember, to be honest, because they were so big, you know. But I think the most memorable would probably be the day we signed the record deal in London in the Sony offices in about, I think it was early 2004. And basically they took us out and they said, do what you want. So we went to a few bars and we went to like a strip club and stuff, and basically they just put a card behind the bar and just went crazy. And we ended up going back to the hotel, and you know, we were very young at the time, and we were fucking wasted, and we just had that moment of like, okay, we're in a hotel room and we're a signed band, may as well do it now. So we just kind of wrecked it. We put like a sofa through the wall into the next room. We tried to throw the TVs out, but they wouldn't fit because they were like safety ones. So we just threw it on the floor and pissed on it instead. That was pretty crazy. I just remember everyone was just covered in bruises. There was blood everywhere, and it was all in good humour. Security came up and told us to calm it down. And I think basically he got like a chair in his face and all. I don't know, stupid shit. But you know, looking back, it was fun. But you know, every band has that moment, I think. You know, especially in the early days.
My warm-up is I booty dance. And I feel like the lower I get while dancing, the better the show will be.
What kind of stuff are you listening to now?
I got a little Meek Mill. Beyonce is always on there, you know, because if you're gonna drop it low, you gotta put Beyonce on. There's always Jay-Z, because if there's Beyonce, you know Jay-Z's following up.
True.
Big Sean, he's good to drop it too. Yeah.
I've seen her. It gets real. Actually, there's a lot of videos of just, I don't know. I remember the first time our tour manager, where Kim told him, yeah, I want to go warm up now. He's like, cool. And then he walks in and she's just doing her thing, like dancing like it is hard in the club, dancing by herself in a backstage room. You freaked him out a little bit, but we still love you.
One memory sticks out for me, the craziest thing I've ever seen, when we were in France. And this dude, like people were just stage diving all night. This dude jumped on stage, dropped his pants so his, cock and balls were out, and just stage dove. So like somebody just got a face of junk. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Top that.
French got style, man.
Yeah.
First time I went to Byron Bay, there was a bunch of people called Parkway Drive, and they were very into pissing on each other. We would go to the beach and stuff, and they just, I'd met them for probably a day, and one of them pissed on my back while I was walking down to the water. He's a pretty prominent drummer that's in the band as well, so I've seen some of those dudes like shit in their hands and then just rolled at someone, and it's like the most messed up shit ever. Like, two members of the band, I won't name names, but they play drums and bass, just pissing on each other. And like, one of them shat in a waterfall while the other one sat at the bottom of it and just copped shit just into the top of the head. And it's like, I was like, oh my God, I've offered this band a tour to go on and they're shitting and pissing on each other. So yeah, that the beginning of our friendship. I'm glad it's lasted, but.
The girl was the one death threat.
Well, okay, so we were doing the show in the US on the Mayhem tour, and there was this message in the rider with the food, and it says, don't go on stage today. You're gonna be shot. You're gonna be killed. These people are after you, you know, and all that stuff. You guys are gonna shot. Just make sure you don't play the show, whatever happens. And we thought, oh my God, it's this crazy girl that's been sending us insane email. She's here now. She's in the building. I mean, she's on the rider. It's in the food. This is letter. And then we found out later on, oh, it was yesterday she gave that letter in. So we were supposed to be shot yesterday.
Yeah. And then she sent an email from a mental institution. She's like, they trapped me. I'm in UK.
You have to come save us.
Yeah, save me. I'm in UK. I'm in asylum or something. They won't let me eat. I was just like completely retarded. That's pretty cool. I like her. What's her name?
I don't know.
Don't remember.
Never mind.
Yeah, I like you. We like you.
My favorite pose is usually just like I get up in the front of the crowd in front of everyone's face, I pull my zipper down, I pull my cock out, and I do this thing called a helicockters, where I just whoosh, 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 whoosh,
You didn't even do it like...
I spin my cock around in people's faces, and then I go to the front row, and I slap it across the whole front row, across everyone's cheek, until they get bruises on their cheeks from my dick. And then I usually just jerk off and come in the moat, and then I zip my pants back up and finish the song. But that's my favorite move.
If it's like classic rock and roll party monster, then that's him. It's just like a walking pharmacy, basically. Backstreet and regular.
Yeah. I'm cleaning up my act though.
And my shoes.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I just cane it. I can cane it. For somebody of my size, I can deal with a lot of things getting absorbed into my body. But when I lose control, it can get pretty dark side.
Like the red eye. I remember, I don't know, there's like something happened in Chicago. I'm not sure what you'd done to make you that angry. But he was like stopping traffic, like in the middle of the road, and like smashing bar stools and like, saying he's going to behead our merch guy.
Yeah, I had to apologise to our merch guy the next day because I said that I was going to chop his head off, and he threatened to quit the tour. So. It was a dark day. It got pretty Daniel Day-Lewis that day.
Yeah,
There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, the end of There Will Be Blood is pretty close to the He's staggering down the stairs and shooting things.
A basketball court in the summer in Philadelphia, that was pretty strange. A skip, jail cell in the Playboy Mansion, that was a strange night. I was DJing somewhere in the States, and a bunch of these playmates came to DJ, and we partied with them. Nothing naughty happened, although I did wake up on top of the piano, and I wasn't wearing any underwear. I had a shirt on and my shoes, but no trousers, my jeans were on the floor. But like nothing naughty had happened. But I don't know. I think I probably need to go to the toilet. But there was no, there was no waste fluid or anything around me. So I'd gone to the toilet, I just hadn't put them back on, I think.
Well, that's definitely his department.
Oh man, I've got glass still in my head from when I smashed. You can feel it, do you want to feel it?
This is like a weird, like
bump there, that's
Marineland moment, like touch,
it's right
touch.
Here. I smashed a pint glass in my face. I've done it a couple times, I had to get stitches. The craziest injury I actually gave myself, I think, ever is one time I ran off stage to do it. We had already played, it was my friend's band last show. This is like the first year we were a band. And I was way bigger than I am now. And I got up on stage and ran across stage to do a stage dive, and I saw these kids look at me like, no, us! So I'm like, okay. And then I kept running, and then the next group of kids they were like, oh, that fat guy's coming here. They all moved. So I do this flip. And I just like wham, and I'm unconscious for, it must have like been like literally like 2 seconds, but I like came to and people were like looking at me, and we had to play another set that night across the street at another place, and it was pretty rough.
There was the other thing, Damien had a phase where he particularly liked to break stuff over his head.
Yeah.
And we were playing in Texas. And it was a big show, and it was like the first few chords were kicking in, and it was feeling like it's going to be one of those great nights where everybody's really on. And so Damien being also on, picked up a huge fluorescent light
Well, I've been
fixture.
sitting in the dressing room and I'm like, what's something so stupid that I could do tonight? And I was trying to find a table to jump through. And then I look up and I see all these burnt out fluorescent light tubes, and I'm like, oh no shit. Because I like pro wrestling and stuff, and they sometimes do that shit. So I took them down and I'm like, all right, like I break bottles on my head, these don't look that hard.
So he picks up this ball and like full force right over the side of his own head, but it breaks really instantaneously and easily. But the refuse starts spinning and flying across the stage, and our guitar player, who's unsuspectingly strumming away, just
gets a face full of glass.
Face full of mercury and glass.
He didn't even get stitches though, what a baby.
But he was like violently ill all the next night.
That wasn't because of the light bulb tube.
I know, but it should just tie together.